Welcome back to Music Kingdom. In this video we're going to be listening to, giving a music theory breakdown for, reviewing, and grading Major Distribution from the collaborative album by Drake and 21 Savage, Her Loss. Why? Because we're music nerds and that's what we do on this channel. Hang tight. Hey music lovers, my name is Francis. If you'd like to support the work I put into these videos, click the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to support the channel even further, you'll find Music Kingdom's Patreon and other affiliate links in the description below. Alright, now before we listen to the song, give it a music theory breakdown, and ultimately grade the song, first, let's briefly talk Major Distribution from the album Her Loss by Drake and 21 Savage. The album Her Loss is a culmination of a relationship that, to my knowledge, between Drake and 21 Savage goes back roughly 6 years. The album was released on November 4th of 2022, and the song Major Distribution is currently one of the hottest tracks from the album. The song Major Distribution has 6 writers, which if you've seen any of the videos on this channel in the past, I'm never a huge fan of when songs have like a team of writers unless they're really good. Now before we listen, I do have a disclaimer to make. And it's a disclaimer that I was going to save for later in the video when I'm about to grade the song. And that disclaimer is, as of the making of this video, this channel is new and this channel is small. So a majority of you, the few of you who are watching this, don't know me. And if you don't know me, it's safe to assume that many of you, just by looking at me, would think that I'm just an ignorant white person who doesn't really listen to hip hop, who is now going to review a hip hop song and be mean to it. For what it's worth, I've been a lover of the hip hop genre for most of my life. Tribe Called Quest, Eminem, Nas, Public Enemy, NWA, Biggie, Tupac, Immortal Technique, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Kanye West. Even more than that, Jay-Z, The Fugees, Mos Def, Common. You get my point. So while I acknowledge that I do listen to much more than just hip hop, I would, in my opinion, consider myself at least relatively well-versed in the genre to some extent. Now with that out of the way, let's give the song a listen and be sure to stick around after the song for a music theory breakdown from our expert, and then we're gonna grade the song and give it an overall score.
Major distribution, man, my label on my dick for real. Fucking with your friend and she ain't tell you y'all ain't shit for real. I've been out here crushing on success, now she my bitch for real. You say I'm persuasive, girl, but you can't.
It's nice enough so far, minus the auto-tune. Okay.
In this mansion, I'm a Macaulay Culkin. Paid in full, I'm a Kai Fife. Know you're tired, we just did dinner for 3 hours, lying to me all night. Buying BM's Benzes out of spite. Paid 100, ran her something light. Simple price to keep them out my life. Booby trap, we need a business office. Magic City need a business office. 29, I keep a business office. I'm in love with Houston, Dallas, Austin. Tell your guys to hold up on
it
the
is a nice flow.
Seem like they may need money for coffins. Cuban girl, a family grind coffee. Text me on the signal, don't call me. Yeah, major distribution, how I pop it. Mention me to be the hottest topic. Same place you send your bitches shopping. Okay, go stupid, go stupid, go stupid, go stupid, go stupid.
The verses aren't like terrible, I mean they're solid.
Ever seen somebody get shot? Lot of shit I seen before the top. I ain't tryna wrestle like The Rock. Fuck the Trish, I'd rather sip the walk. Lot of things I do to stay alive. Everything except for call a cop.
I'm really trying, you guys, like honestly.
Fox 5 gang, get your knock. Major distribution labels calling. Harry Styles numbers, it's a robbery. My niggas going Zane to catch a body. We was face to face, you could've shot me. Okay, go stupid. Stupid, go stupid, go stupid.
You know, I usually say more in the videos, but there's just not a lot to say. It's amazing to me how this is like hot right now. Like this is like top on the charts. Initial thoughts. This is usually the part of the video where I give my initial thoughts, and then we go to the music theory expert's take for the breakdown of the song, and then after that we do the categories and I give it a grade. I don't have a lot of initial thoughts for this one. Redundant. I'll be nice and say that I think some of the rhymes were solid and the verses, you know, there's good flow and clever lyrics, certainly at parts, don't get me wrong. I like the intro. I like how at least there was a bit of something pretty, even though it was totally auto-tuned. And then, you know, the real song starts. Yeah, you know, I'll just save the majority of my real hard-hitting input for when I'm breaking it down and grading it. So let's just move on to our expert for his musical take and the overall music theory breakdown of the song.
Welcome to the Experts Corner. I'm John Paul, and this is Major Distribution by Drake and 21 Savage. This song is in the time signature of 4/4, and it's kind of in two different keys. Let me show you what I mean. You have the opening chords, which, in my opinion, are the only good thing about this song. That's very nice. So that is in the key of D major. You have D major 7, B minor 7, G major 9. After just a little bit of that, it goes to what appears to be E flat minor. That's the whole rest of the song. Now I get it, this is hip hop, that's how it goes. I'm not hating on the nature of the genre, I'm hating on this song. The trap beat is so generic, there's nothing new or fresh or inspired or great about it. I don't think the rapping is that good. 21 Savage sounds like he's reading the lyrics off as he's saying them and is having a little bit of trouble. I can't find a single aspect of this song that is admirable. There's nothing there. I'm trying. I give it points for those intro chords. I really did like those intro chords. That adds 2 points to the score. So this song, therefore, gets a 2 out of 10. Back to you, Francis.
A very special thank you to our expert for the music theory breakdown, giving us his take and his score. In full disclosure, I'm filming this before he's filming that, so I'm curious to see if any what he has to say matches what I have to say. But keep in mind that is one of 6 remaining categories that we're going to break the song apart and grade. So let's buckle up and get right to it. Starting out with composition, I'm giving the song a 2.5 out of 10. Honestly, compositionally speaking, this is pretty much as bad as it gets. I mean, the only reason I'm not giving it a 1 is because of the first 30 to 40 seconds of the song, which are a bit redeeming if you ignore the auto-tune. It's pretty, but the rest of the song, there's really nothing compositional about it. There's really no composition. It's almost non-existent, to where it would almost be a 0. If I'm giving it credit because it does have some composition in the sense of it changing from that 30 to 40 second intro to the rest of the song. So that much is there and exists. But in a world where the score for Spirited Away would be a 10 out of 10, or Bohemian Rhapsody would be a 9 out of 10 for composition, if we maintain that perspective, a 2.5 is deserving. Moving on to production, I'm giving it a 2 out of 10. And get ready for my soapbox, okay? This is my bone to pick, not just with this song, but with a majority, I won't say all, but a majority of current hip-hop music. So the hip-hop genre is predominantly based on its hooks, on its loops, on its samples, on its production, on its beats. And where I distinguish rap specifically, rap is the delivery of the lyrics, rap is the writing of the lyrics, rap is the flow of the lyrics, and the two marry each other beautifully for the genre that we all love if you're watching this video. So, in my opinion, and feel free to disagree with me, in my opinion, the worst thing to ever happen, not just to the hip-hop genre, but to music in general, is the trap beat. Speaking from my own experience, I have seen firsthand how easy it is to make a trap beat. I have been around people who have no production savvy, who have never used GarageBand in their life. They will open GarageBand and make a trap beat comparable to the one we just heard. For the most part, it really is that simple. And don't get me wrong, I am generalizing, so every so often there is a song which will use a trap beat tastefully. They will do it in a way that is perhaps a bit more artistic or creative, and granted, that's very rare. I would say maybe 9 out of every 10 trap beat songs are not that way, and I only have a small handful of them in my collection which are enjoyable. But otherwise, because of how easy they are, trap beats, generally speaking, lack originality, artistry, creativity, and talent. And to be honest with you guys, the trap beat in this song is on par and comparable to a lot of amateur SoundCloud rappers. So in what universe could I even fathom giving the production of the song anything higher than a 2 out of 10? And I encourage you, if you don't believe me, go and listen to a Kanye West beat, go and listen to a Timbaland beat from the 2000s, go and listen to a Michael Jackson beat from the 1990s. Such beats will slap you so hard that your spine will be thrown out of alignment. Now, for what it's worth, this is not me hating on Drake, for example, because if you go and listen to a song like Too Much or From Time or Sandra's Rose, Drake has made songs that have excellent beats. This is just not one of them. Now, lastly, on the subject of production, let's talk the loop, the one that's like, I get it. Earlier in this video, I mentioned how the genre of hip hop relies on loops and samples and hooks and things like that. Repetition, that's not my issue with this because I realize it has its place in hip hop. But this loop, if you were pretty much to go and find a toddler and bring him to a piano and tell the toddler, okay, I want you to hit 3 keys on the piano, in no order, no rhyme or reason, no melody, just 3 keys. Do it? Okay, good, you did it. Now loop it. Art. Up next we have lyrics, which I'm giving a 3 out of 10. If we're ignoring, okay, go stupid, go stupid, go stupid, go stupid, go stupid, okay, go stupid, stupid, go stupid, go stupid, go stupid. If we're ignoring that, which is a 1, I will acknowledge that there are some clever rhymes in this song. While it isn't anything profound or brilliant by any stretch of the imagination, there are some fun rhymes and some fun verses in this song, which would probably be a 5. So with that amazing chorus getting a 1 and the verses being middle of the road of a 5, difference of 4, subtract 2, simple math, 3 out of 10. Up next we have vocals, and because this is of the hip hop genre, we are instead grading it as flow. Because I've already been a bit less than nice to the song, I'm going to be generous and just completely disregard the first 30 to 40 seconds, which would be a 1, because of auto-tune. Don't do auto-tune. So if we're looking at the flow of the lyrics, the flow of the verses, the flow of the rap itself, that perhaps is the most redeeming part of this song. I do think Drake and 21 Savage each have a respectable flow in this song. It's not necessarily in the dust heaps of hell that would be mumble rap, which is earning a 1, a 2, or a 3, nor is it really in the most genius state of flowing and spitting fire that we might find from, say, Eminem or even J. Cole in his own way, so on and so forth, which would perhaps earn a 7, 8, or a 9. This falls around the 4, 5, and 6 realm of flow, and in my opinion, it's a bit below mediocre, so I'm giving it a 4. If you happen to disagree with me, I encourage you to go check out You Never Know by Immortal Technique, and then come back to this video. Now at last, arriving at our final category of originality and or inspiration, this song gets a 1 out of 10. I don't really feel inclined to explain much further, but because a majority of you watching this are either new to the channel, you don't know me, you're not really able to read my mind, and perhaps maybe you genuinely want some kind of explanation to kind of see where I'm coming from with this, I will provide one. If we're talking about inspired music, regardless of genre, this song is the opposite of the definition of inspiration. If we're talking about originality, something fresh, something innovative, this song is in fact the opposite of original, because this song sounds like 500, 5,000, 15,000 other current hip-hop songs. Therefore, it is not original. 1 out of 10. I'm disappointed. Add it all up, throw in the expert score, and average it out. Major distribution by Drake and 21 Savage from the album Her Loss gets a terrible 2.4 out of 10. Very disappointing. However, I have come to expect this more or less from Drake. And I don't mean to shit on Drake. I do have a love-hate relationship with Drake, similar to how I have a love-hate relationship with nicotine. The thing about Drake, for me, is I do not deny the success he's had. It is absolutely respectable. It is something that I do appreciate and I salute. If you're looking at one of those videos where it's like the top ranking artists of each year and each decade, regardless of genre, Drake absolutely owned the 2010s the way Eminem owned the 2000s, the way Michael Jackson owned the 80s and 90s and part of the 70s. So I acknowledge that. And I also want to make it clear there are quite a number of Drake songs that I genuinely love, that I truly do play very often, oftentimes every day. But at the same time, Drake has also contributed entirely to the downfall, the corruption, the demise, the destruction, the tragedy, the war crime of the state of hip hop today. That's the thing, you know, I hate it and I love it because he gives us great work and he gives us the worst stuff in the history, honestly, of music. Now, does that mean I hate Drake's guts? Absolutely not. If I were to have the good fortune of bumping into him on the street or walking past him, I would shake his hand, I'd salute him, I'd thank him for his contributions, and you know, it's not that deep, right? But and I don't mean to pick on just Drake. I realize this is a collaborative album of him and 21 Savage. I just don't like 21 Savage, so I'm singling out Drake, who at least I have some respect for and whose music I do listen to. So there it is. That's my review. Those are my thoughts. We're not always going to agree, but absolutely, I've given my opinion, so let me know your opinions in the comments down below. And in addition, of course, which other songs by other artists you'd like for this channel to review next. As mentioned, if you'd like to support myself and the work I put into these videos, click the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to support the channel even further, you'll find Music Kingdom's Patreon and other affiliate links in the description below. This has been another edition of Music Kingdom. Thank you so much for listening with me, and I'll look forward to jamming with you in the next one.